point, Tracy, you know, I mean, for Māori women, then the chances are even less than, because they don't necessarily have the support structures in place that perhaps non-Māori may have, non-Māori women may have. You know, I mean,
sorry,
in terms of study, for example, we're talking about study.
Yeah.
You know, you talk about women in general and challenges coming back after having families. Those challenges are compounded even more for Māori women because they don't necessarily have the financial structures in place or support that some non-Māori women do have access to. Sure. So it's even more so for them. Interestingly, that you've got this little coalition happening here. Given the constituency that I represent, I'm wondering, is there the opportunity to include other aspects, including the Māori Party, in terms of the coming year and your platform for, obviously getting into government?
Good question. I mean, from my point of view, what I'd like to be in the position that we can work on an issue like tertiary education with any party who's interested and has similar values and so on. And the Māori Party is, and I can't speak for the Māori Party, but the Māori Party has made a decision about the way it wants to go about, which is to be at the table whoever the government is, essentially. And that's difficult, both for the Māori Party and also for us, because lots of things that are being done by National and by Stephen Joyce, I hate to say this, get through because the Māori Party vote for them.
Not often.
Well, no, in the budget it does, and
that's because it's a confidence.
That's right, and that's the agreement you've made.
If they're informed, then they'll know why these things happen. Māori Party is nobody's puppet, man. Māori Party is nobody's puppet, but if you go into an arrangement, just like you do with your MOUs between yourselves and your organisation, there's rules inside those things, so there's specific things that you need to vote for, but actually then the wider world doesn't get to see why that's happened, and then you get this branding effect on your people as though you're doing this and you're doing that, but actually it's in black and white.
And I accept that that's what's happened. There is a coalition agreement and that's why it's happening. But in terms of answering your question, that actually puts some limitations around the extent to which we can. But I believe that if we do have a meaningful commitment to the kaupapa around what we've been talking about today, then there's ample opportunity to work together. And we have done on different bills. The reason why some bills have passed is because it hasn't been in the coalition agreement and therefore the Māori Party's been able to support it. So it's possible, but the point I'm making is there are limitations around that because there is an agreement with National.
Yeah, and so from my perspective, because I 100% support the kaupapa that was just said, because New Zealand First has been caught in the same spot. We've had the same criticism. Because there's a whole lot of, and I think what Barbara Stewart said to me, she said, what people don't see is the number of things we stop coming. Yeah. Right? Okay, so, but it's a lesson learned. It's a lesson for everybody when you get into that space as a minor party. And I think New Zealand First probably learned the greatest lesson of all in 2008. So, and the Māori Party may be on a pathway to learning the same lesson. All right, but all I would say is we come back. So if that happens, don't quit. But the only other thing is I work with every other party, but the only party that hasn't come to speak to me is the Māori Party. So every other party has talked to me, except the Māori Party. So I'm a mum, I'm a New Zealander, I may be gone after 2014. So I want the best possible decision making with the most sustainable decisions so that my children don't have the switching to and fro and to and fro. I will talk to anybody to get the best outcome for the country, but they haven't come to talk to me.
And have you engaged with them?
I've been up and seen Hone and so on and so forth, but actually, but you forget, they are ministers inside a government, and I'm not allowed to. So I don't get to go and see Stephen Joyce or Hekia. They won't see me because they are inside the government. So I don't have that option. It has to come the other way around.
He comes here too, Roy's just been.
Well, I talk.
And Jim guys will get on real well.
But it's one of those, it's that strange little unwritten rule-y type stuff.
Just break the rules, just come up with
right, I'm going to tell them.
I'll just say, I entered Parliament and I've just turned 30, And I grew up, and I don't remember Roger Douglas, I don't remember Muldoon, I don't remember those big old battles which split our country. I want to see, and I enter Parliament because I want to work with anyone from any political philosophy on issues I can agree on. So, you know, I hate the national government, but I've worked with them on the insulation scheme. I'm very proud of what we've done there. We've worked with Māori Premier on different issues. Obviously, we don't agree with everything with Labour, but we agree on more than we disagree. We've worked on some very progressive, constructive things. I think you want to see politicians working together, not this petty point scoring, this tribal battle. You want to see us come together. And I think what you are seeing here, when it comes to this issue, you're seeing a huge amount of unanimity and a very progressive way forward.
Fantastic. Sorry, we do have to cut things short there. We've got lunch ready out in the foyer. Thank you so much to each of you for coming along and again taking time out of your Saturday and busy schedules. Just a quick round of applause for So obviously all the issues that we've been talking about feed in really well